right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. We're in the garage today. It's actually kind of a beautiful day. Sunny, but there's some wind going on that I just thought I'd mess with the audio. So we're in the garage, but I got the garage door open. As you can also see, we're using natural light again. Ooh, natural lighting. So beautiful. Well, first, let's start off with what we're smoking, what we're drinking. Lots of stories to share today, and then to get the topic of conversation. So the cigar tonight is the Glitch. This is by Blackbird Cigars. They actually changed the band up. I really like that band. It's just a beautiful, beautiful band. It says on there, we all make mistakes, but none this good. Apparently the Glitch was a mistake cigar. I don't know the history behind it, but I'm enjoying it. And this is one of the 20-year cigars my wife got me. So this one is for 2017, adjusting to a desk job and time. So in 2017 is the first time I got off the rig and rig responsibilities. I was working at the mine before that, but in 2017 I transferred over to emergency preparedness and officially started a desk job. I had a desk, had a computer I had to sit at, had reports, had meetings, had all the stuff that I've so affectionately grown to hate. But it pays good. The guaranteed hours is addicting as hell. The safety and security of the position, being able to call in sick and not feel guilty about it. There are definitely some upsides to not being on the rig anymore and getting used to desk jobs. The drink tonight, this would be kind of fun. Farmhand by Upper Hand Brewery. This is a Michigan-grown light lager. So I'm to assume all the ingredients are from Michigan. I'm gonna go on that assumption anyway. Which is cool. That's cool. I know they were talking about doing that. Michigan is now offering some incentives to brewers and distillers if you can get your products from locally grown Michigan sources. That's going to be a nice lager. Okay, a little hoppier than I was expecting. Not bad though, Upper Hand. Not bad. More hops flavor than I like inside a lager, but I'm going to drink it. That's delicious. So as long as we're on the topic tonight, what else been happening? You guys don't know. First off, we are sitting waiting for the budget to see if the state passes the budget, and then is my job included in that budget? Time will tell as to whether or not I'm going to have a job come the first. My daughter celebrated, she had her first, her confirmation, had her confirmation. Beautiful mass, she did a great job. Super proud of her for really embracing her faith and sticking to it, fighting for it, and being a part of it. She just really was excited. It was glowing. Very, very proud of her. Let's see what else we have. Co-op has started. I'm now teaching some co-op classes, teaching how to take game animals from the field to the table. Butchering, the whole process. Do it yourself. You gotta love it. So that's really cool. Like I said, we had that confirmation yesterday. That's why this video is going to get out late. We had no time on Sunday for me to shoot my videos. It's now Monday. Kiddos are at the market. So I'm catching up on all my Sunday chores today. Oh, and the other thing, we're getting the deer blind around. Starting to look really good. Putting the final touches on it, getting wall boards up, carpeting in, shingles, siding, you name it. We're getting it out there, and it's looking sexy. The topic tonight, though, is one kind of a fun one. I've had people ask and talk to me about why do I brew? And it's a good question. I'll give you that. I brew quite a bit. Probably about 100 gallons worth of wines, beers, ciders, and other stuff, of course. Other things at all. I'm actually keeping track this year to see how much brewing I actually do. I've never really have in the past. I know I'm under the 200 gallon limit that the federal government sticks on us So I know I'm under that every year, but I'm just curious, like, how much do I brew in a year? So I got a little chart. I've been tracking it. It's a good amount. It's a good amount. But why should I brew? A lot of these types of beers, I won't be able to make efficiently. I might be able to find some of the hops, some of the grains. It's not going to taste the same. I don't have dedicated equipment. These brewers, I mean, this isn't someone who's like sitting in front of a vat, guessing how the brew's going. There's machines, there's computers, they have auto equipment, auto malters and fermenters and all that stuff. Sorry about that, little man. J-Man decided to come in and burst in that he had to use the baño. So yeah, like I was saying, a lot of people ask, well, why do you brew? It can be cheaper. Yep, I can make some beers, some ciders much cheaper than you buy in the store, but they're not going to be the highest quality. And if we were to really compare quality for quality, I don't know, I might not be actually saving money. To make 5 gallons of, usually I make about 2 gallons of hard apple cider. I buy the juice from the store, and that can range from $3 to $5 for a gallon. Usually pushing that $5 mark. So 16, I get about, if I do in 16 ounces, so I actually get 16 ounces or 16 bottles of 16-ounce beer from 2 gallons. You do the math, it ends up being about $1 a bottle. So sure, yeah, I could be saving money, but is it worth my time? Is it worth my effort? A lot of people have asked me that, like, how much do I actually save? But yet here I am drinking commercial beer. So it's not like I'm a snob and say you have to only drink homebrew. Because again, some of these ingredients I can't get my hands on. Some of these processes are labor intense. Malting out your own grains and whatnot. That's a dedication. I've done it, of course, multiple times, but it takes time, and you can screw it up. You can lose whole batches. So why? One, I love the idea of being self-sufficient. If you haven't gathered that from my channel, I love the idea of being able to do for myself instead of outsourcing it to other people. Growing your own food, butchering your own animals, doing your own home improvements, your own DIY projects, even some home remedies, stuff we can fix at home. We really don't go to the doctor that often. We try to treat ourselves and our kids at home. So there's that. There's definitely that aspect of I just want to know I can do it. I want to know that if it came down to it, we lost all shipping or whatever, could I still have a refreshing alcoholic beverage that wouldn't kill me? Answer is yes. So there's a lot of skills actually that I do that I just want to know I can do them, but I'll definitely use the commercial products all the time. Yes, I know I can milk an animal and get milk from cows and goats. Done it, can do it, know how. I don't own goats, I don't own cows. Can I grow the majority of our vegetables? Yep. We've done it before. We've got really close to getting, I think we're up to like 30 or 40% of our vegetables came from our garden. Can do it, have done it, but I really don't mind buying vegetables. So why do I keep brewing? Why do I brew over 100 gallons? Well, one, I do thoroughly enjoy the product. The stuff I make, even when it turns out crappy, I still enjoy because I put that time and effort into it. It's like some woodworkers. Well, you could buy that and it would look just as good, but knowing that, hey, I made that end table. There's some pride in that. You get some extra joy, more so than the actual value of it. But you get some joy from it. Like, wow, I really enjoy this end table more now. I have one upstairs I built. Don't want to get rid of it because it's mine. I built it. And, I really enjoy that. I enjoy making things. To look at that and say, that's my cider, that's my beer. but more, I don't know, I get an amazement when brewing. There's just something that happens when you have to imagine that people in the Middle Ages and stuff, when brewing was really coming about and they didn't know about yeast, I mean, you have to think that it must have been a magical experience. I, in the modern day, look at it as this magical experience. Like you're mixing together essentially a potion, right? A little bit of flowers from a viney bush, perhaps some old watered down grains that have started to grow. Ooh, we're going to keep it at a certain temperature and stir it just right. I mean, you kind of get reminiscent of some Shakespeare plays of, the three witches at the cauldrons stirring it while singing a song. It's just really neat to see that, to see this go from raw ingredients to putting these living organisms, something that in another setting we would fight to get rid of. I mean, yeast is one of those weird things. You get yeast in your bread, you love it. You get yeast in your beer, it's awesome. You get yeast on your toes, it's the worst experience in your life. Women should fear all forms of yeast, to be honest, because it can mess them up pretty bad. So it's just interesting and amazing when you look at this process of, again, almost alchemy, turning water, into alcohol by adding grains and by adding, sugars and yeast. Now, again, we know it's not magic, nor do we look at it like magic. There's nothing miraculous about this process. It's science based. The yeast eat the sugars, and their byproducts are carbon dioxide and alcohol. Simple as that. But when you can break yourself away from that science and just let yourself kind of be childish for a second, kind of look at the world and wonder, man, how much cooler that becomes, how much better that becomes. I'll literally sit watching the little bubbles pop in my airlock on my fermenter and just be at awe with it, just awestruck by the simplistic joy of it all, of just saying, wow, that's neat. That's really neat to see these organisms that I've tamed and trained to do it on my bidding, right? To eat that sugar and make it into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Just a really awesome process. It gives me a lot of relaxation, a lot of joy. And again, I enjoy drinking it. I enjoy drinking a beer that I've made. I enjoy drinking a cider that I've made. Even the wines I've made, top notch. Gotta love them. So give it a try. Try brewing. Simple to do. There's lots of videos out there on how to do really easy, down to earth. I even have a video on here about how to do beginner apple cider, hard apple cider. If I remember, I'll try to link it. I'll probably forget though. I'm trying to just make your own hard apple cider. It's a super simple process, very easy, can be very tasty. But while you do it, get lost in the wonder, the amazement of taking this single-celled organism and commanding it to do your bidding, to produce a good for you. It gets deep, it gets heavy quick. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go enjoy my Glitch cigar, my quite tasty, a little bit over-hopped ale, and yeah, kind of relax because it was a long weekend, and all I got to say is stay safe out there. We'll see you on the next one.